Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute, I know. Sorry about that. Lots going on in my life outside of YouTube, so day job is really kind of beating me up at the moment. But we're back on Wallace the 66. Sorry, I'm pointing, but you can't see anything. Wallace the 66. I've got a guy coming to look at Wallace and possibly buy. So he's putting some finishing touches on it. I'm gonna send him down the road with a brand new battery, Super Start, premium, because that's what Wallace deserves. Did a rebuild on the battery tray right there, and by rebuild I mean, yep, brand new, practically brand new. Sprayed a little bit up in here as well, just kind of taking care of some surface rust. Give it a good chance to kill as much rust as possible. This obviously didn't solve anything. I hold no illusions that fixes anything. Just slows it down. Giving it a good shot. The guy is a little bit worried about how much damage is done here. He wants to keep the patina, which I don't blame him. It's awesome. He's going to try to pull this out a little bit so that everything's essentially lined back up again. But it's a pretty good whammy. There's lots of metal to work with on those things. The panels are a lot thicker than they are today. Let's get this battery put in it. I'm going to fire it up today. He comes tomorrow, so I'm just going to let it do a warm-up cycle. It's been sitting through all these stupid winter storms and garbage I'm so sick of. It's finally kind of spring. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt, but it is 42 degrees outside. So it's definitely not warm. The wind's blowing a little bit. It's kind of chilly, but I'm going with it because it feels good. Let's get a battery in. Custom battery hold down, also known as a bungee cord. Sweet. Totally wimped out. Put a sweatshirt on. 42 is just a little cold with the wind blowing. Let's get this thing fired up, let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna take it for a spin, because I gotta go pick up something from the lady that I got this truck from. She has the original owner's manual, and I'd like to give that to the new owner as well. So I'm gonna take this for one last shakedown, I suppose, and we'll go pick that up. Had to play with the choke just a little bit. It didn't like full choke at the moment, so we're gonna let this thing just warm up. I'm gonna get my truck out of the way so that we can just go when this thing is fully warmed up. But man, look at that. Isn't that just about the coolest thing you've ever seen? I'm pretty proud of myself on that. There's a video on that. Put a card up there somewhere, if I remember to do that. Otherwise, it's on my playlist, so go check that out. It is blowing a little bit of smoke back there. Looks like it's a little bit blue. It does burn a little bit of oil, nothing crazy. But yeah, with just a little bit more TLC, this truck's gonna be sweet. It's a driver. Let's get my truck out of the way. Let this bad boy warm up. Man, he sounds good. Love that dual exhaust. Still only puts out, I don't know, 100 and something horsepower. And for as heavy as this is, that is not a lot. But man, it sounds good. Has some really amazing potential. All right, let's try turning the choke off. Let's see how happy he is at the moment. Kind of lugging down a little bit. I think we're gonna leave the choke on for a little bit. I'm gonna go drive around the neighborhood a little bit till he warms up before I actually hit the highway. But this will be fun. Road trip. You guys rolling? Oh yeah, we are rolling. I keep reaching for a seatbelt. It's a kind of a weird feeling not to have a seatbelt. All right, let's cruise the neighborhood first. See if I can tip you guys over. We're using Neighbor Joe's driveway. There we go. Hang with me, fellers. Tripod on the move. Not always the best idea. That speedometer bounces too when you're going slow. I don't know if that's a cable issue or the actual speedometer itself. Comment down below what might fix that. The cable's obviously spinning, so I don't think it's that. Temperature's just barely starting to come off of the lowest line. Still have the choke on about halfway. We'll try turning it off here in a second. We're gonna try the stop sign, see how luggish it is. Maybe we're good to go. Oh yeah, I think we're good. Let's turn the choke clear off. Nope, 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 nope. It likes the choke on when it's cold. There we go. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Let's not get excited. Truck does have a lap belt. Maybe I should test that out and see if it works. I don't know where the other half is. Oh, there it is. Probably gonna get myself stuck in here and I won't be able to get out. It's for a skinny guy. Okay, that's not gonna work. It's go time. Alright, choke's all the way off. Still a little stumble when I step on it. This truck is cool. I am definitely gonna miss this. I learned a lot in this process. I'm no mechanic by trade. Oh, you know what's not happening? I don't have a whole bunch of wind hitting me in the face from all the gaps in the windshield. Like that sealing that up. That worked. Now, it's not perfect, but it's pretty great. Still a little bit of a stumble getting on the gas. See if that warms up. You know, maybe it just needs to warm all the way up. It's up to the bottom of normal now on temperature. Yeah, everything appears to be working fine.
Flux capacitor, fluxing.
Well, let's go out and get on the highway. Brought no tools with me again, so there's that. Oh, you dirty dog. Oh, hello. Sorry, fellers. I had a green light. I had to go. All right. Are you guys okay? Hey, stay in there with me. Hang in there with me. Everything's fine. Oil pressure's at about 35. I keep wanting to grab fifth. There's no fifth in this. 4-speed. There's 55. We'll just hold her steady at 55. That's the speed limit here, so let's not get crazy. Go straight down the road with no hands on the steering wheel. Alignment is spot on. Well, here's what's left of winter out of that great big snowstorm we had. Let me show you what we did. I went on about a 20-mile round trip to kind of just give it one final shakedown, make sure everything's good before I have somebody come check this out to possibly buy it. I went down to get the original owner's manual for it. This is actually pretty cool. This family kept everything just so immaculate. Let's just lower the tailgate real quick. Use it kind of as a desk here. But the reason I have the tool cart out while we're talking about Shakedown, I had two of my muffler mounts were coming loose, so I tightened those up, put lock washers on them, so now that should be good to go. There's no other real nasty rattles or shakes or whatever on this thing, so it should be good to go. But check this out. Ford Truck Operator's Manual. This is good for the Ford 100s through the Ford F-350, both gas and diesel. This thing talks about adjusting your valves. You know, they took some notes in here to circle the stuff that mattered for their engine and whatnot. But, I mean, it tells you what all the gauges are all about and everything, how to read your warranty card. The original buyer was Hoffman Brothers. I don't know if that's I mean, obviously it's a company or something, so I don't know if it was a contractor or something like that. So apparently I thought that Wallace was the original owner, but apparently he was not. But anyway, it's just super cool info. Talks about checking your fluid levels and all this stuff. Tells you how often to do that. Basically, they say every time you fill up with fuel, you should check your radiator, make sure it's at the right level. But these things don't have an overflow tank. I've added a small overflow tank to this to alleviate those type of things. It can actually flow over just a hair, and then it'll suck a little bit back in, so it stays essentially topped off. That's one of those new things. But, I'm really going to miss Wallace the 66. He's obviously been good for my channel, those of you who have been following along. It's a great truck. This is going to be a fun truck for somebody. Obviously today when I drove it for essentially the last time, I was going over in my mind all the different things that I would do to this if it were mine, like if I was keeping it long term. One of the things I would do is replace the door seals. So you can see these are pretty cracked and hammered. And they don't seal all the way. You can hear wind noise. You hear wind noise through the wing window as well. So replacing these, replace the, they call it an anti-rattle kit for the side windows. That would help immensely as well. But sealing up the windows, that worked fairly well. I'll show you here in the front. We had a real big gap right here. See if I can get that to show a little better. Yeah, there you go. That thing was this wide, and we sealed that up with that window sealant. It's a little bit rubbery still, so it is doing what it should. And I filled in some of these small ones. But the first couple times I drove this, I was literally getting just wind in the face. It was, 40 degrees today? And driving it at 60 miles an hour down the highway. I didn't get cold. It wasn't warm, it wasn't hot. There's no heater core in this, if you remember, right? But I'm going to be giving all the parts, the original parts, to the new owner with this as well. So he can decide what he wants to do as far as restoration or whatnot. But another thing I'd do is get different mirrors. These are just, they're a little much, right? Get the small ones down here, a little kind of sportier look, that sort of thing. That's what I would do if this were my truck, like if I was keeping this truck. But the wheels look good. But anyway, this is Wallace the 66. I'll hopefully record a little bit and maybe catch as he's driving away. I don't know if his plans are to trailer this home or to drive it home. He's coming from almost 2 hours away. A small town in northern Utah. I'm in Salt Lake County, Salt Lake City essentially. But it'll make the trip. I'm not worried about that. I think he'd have a more comfortable ride if he trailered it home, and then this is kind of a putter around town. Run to the store real quick and cruise up and down Main Street just a little bit, that kind of thing. That's what this truck's for. Not a highway runner. You're wrapped up 3,500 RPMs at 60 miles an hour, and it's loud. Road noise. But essentially, just the motor all wrapped up. Yeah, so the first part of this video was recorded on March 17th. It was still basically wintertime. It's now June 2nd. Happy birthday to my son Tabor. Anyway, I still own Wallace the 66. So let this be a lesson to you, fellers. If you show up to buy a truck that's got pretty sweet patina, don't bring your wife. I've had 2 people show up and be super interested in purchasing Wallace, and every time, well, both those times, the wives were like, "You are not spending that kind of money on something that looks like it's going to fall apart." That was one of their exact words. She said it like right, I was standing right there. Anyway, it is what it is. It's just a matter of finding the right buyer. I still have him listed for sale. I'm asking $5,000 or best offer, and we'll just see what happens. Got him listed on Facebook Marketplace, a local classified site as well. So just a matter of time. Got to find the right buyer at the right time. But I wanted to give that update. I have been driving him almost as a daily driver. I work from home, so it's not like I'm commuting. But I need to pick something up real quick. I take Wallace. And I'll show you. I've got for sale signs in the windows. And I've got him parked out here on the street just for some added visibility. He's ready to go to a brand new home. It's just a matter of finding the right buyer. Let's get back to where the light's a little better. Hey, there we go. We'll use Wallace as a backdrop. But anyway, this is Troy's Garage. Thanks for following along. If you've made it this far in the video, you are a winner. Go ahead and hit that like button and celebrate just a little bit. Appreciate that. Share this with your friends, that sort of thing. Any support you can give to the channel is fantastic. There's always links down below. Those are affiliate links, and I get paid a little kickback for sending business to Amazon and whatnot, so it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's a great way to support your favorite YouTuber. Use the links in the descriptions of videos, especially mine. That'd be great. Anyway, click like, thanks, appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.